looking at personal tax. So what I've got here is what looks like a pay slip, okay? And there's a lot happening here and a lot of personal tax items that we need to talk about. All right. So let's first have a look at the salary slip as it stands. As usual, we have this section here at the top, which usually talks about the individual's details. So this top section here usually gives personal employee information. I don't think they often ask questions about this. They can, but it's just usually there as information, as standard in a payslip. So they just want you to see that this part here is usually personal information. But the real important stuff is happening down here at the bottom in this section of the payslip. And that's what we're going to look at tonight. All right. Now, we did a payslip last week, but we're going to develop this further and focus in on the personal taxes. Okay. Now, as you can see here, this is a very old payslip. It's a 2012 payslip, and there have been some changes, in tax since then. And I will discuss those, and I will discuss what is relevant for you guys today. All right. Every single one of you should be getting one of these one day soon. So it's not just an exam question, it's relative to you in the future. All right. Okay, so let's have a look on the left here in the first column, in the earnings column. Let's have a look over here. We have the person's basic salary. All right, that's usually always an item in a salary slip. And then for some reason, in this one, compared to last week's one, we have pension income in here as well, which just means that the company that this person works for, has decided to show that they are also giving this employee some money towards their pension. All right. Sometimes this pension value is on this side over here to show the person that the company is paying it for them. All right, so if it's on the right-hand side and under deductions, it just means that the company will be paying that pension for them. So what this company has done is given this person some money towards their pension and said, you pay towards whatever pension you want. We're not going to do it for you. We're going to give it to you into your bank account, and then you must decide. All right, that's all. That's the only difference between if the pension income was on the left under earnings or if it was right under deductions. Okay, so the company is giving it to this employee saying, you pay it yourself. We're not going to pay it for you. The same for the medical aid. All right. So medical aid has been given to this employee, and the company is saying, we're not paying it for you into medical aid. You must go and find a medical aid and do it yourself. All right. So all these values here under earnings will give us a total earnings, and maybe they want us to answer that, but we'll see later on when we get to the questions. All right. Then we get to the right-hand side of this pay slip, which is the deduction side over here. And we see specifically there are three items. All right, we got site tax, we got PAYE, and then we have UIF. All right, now I'm going to talk a little bit about these three items here. The first two items are a type of tax. Okay, the third item is not really a tax, it's part of an insurance policy. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but you guys already know since you answered it so well last week. Okay. The first one here is site tax. That stands for standard income tax for employees. That's what used to be put onto payslips. That's SARS's old way of getting tax from people. All right, so this payslip here has it on because I wanted to show the transition from site to PAYE. So site was the tax that the employer would pay on behalf of the employee to SARS. But these days we have PAYE. Okay, let me just write this down here. So site you don't really get anymore. Standard income tax for employees. That's the old one. The one that everyone is paying now, that employers pay on behalf of the employees towards SARS to give SARS some revenue, is PAYE. Can anyone tell me in chat? You can type it out there. Tiamo, quick fingers. Oh, you guys are quick tonight. Usual story. Kamoke and Tiamo with quick fingers. So pay as you earn tax. All right, so pay as you earn. All right, PAYE, pay as you earn. So you're paying tax as you earn a monthly salary, and the employer is doing this payment for you. You don't have to do an EFT to SARS every single month. And you guys know what UIF is. I'm sure it'll come up soon in chat. What UIF stands for. There we go. All right. So unemployed, unemployed, unemployed insurance fund. All right. You guys know what this stands for. Right. So the first two are taxes, and the last one is an insurance fund. Okay. Now you do not have to pay SAT anymore. So you won't see that on a salary slip. You will only see PAYE. Okay, so usually it's just PAYE, UIF, and maybe a few other things that your employer wants to show on your salary slip. Okay, so you won't see SAT anymore. It's just PAYE that we're going to talk about. And later this week, we're going to learn how to actually calculate PAYE, pay as you earn. There are tax tables. And unfortunately, it's not very similar, but quite similar to a tariff table system. I would actually say that's a little bit easier to use than the tariff tables that we've been working on. But it's a sliding scale system as well. So we're going to learn how to use that tariff table for tax later on this week. But for now, we are just seeing the value already calculated here on the salary slip. Okay. If there are any questions about this, please shout out in chat or raise your hand, and we're more than happy to answer those questions. So those are the three things I wanted to talk about. They are shown here all on this one's salary slip, but like I said, SAT, you won't see SAT on your salary slip if you guys start earning a salary soon. All right, unless SARS decides to change it. Okay, so let's answer some questions based on this information here. Question number 1, here we go. Please can you calculate the percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary that is paid towards UIF every month? Now, I know what you guys are thinking. We know what it is. All right. But I want you to show me how we can actually prove what that percentage is. So calculate the percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary that is paid towards UIF. Okay. So they want a percentage, and they need you to take the monthly basic salary and UIF to get that percentage, please. All right. So quickly do that. I know you guys are thinking, I know what the percentage is, but we're going to try and prove it. We're going to try and calculate it and make sure that we're getting the right answer. Okay. So just a quick calculation to take you about a minute. And this percentage is always applied to your basic salary to get your UIF portion. Okay. Please remember that. It's a percentage of your basic salary. All right, your basic salary value is up there, and here is the UIF. If you guys look closer, you could actually see exactly what the percentage is. All right, anyone, you can put your answers in chat there once you've got it, and then we'll just quickly do the calculation just to show how we can actually prove. Hi, Phyllis. We are working on a salary slip, but we're focusing on personal taxes, building up towards income tax tables at the end of this week. So at the moment, the first question is look at the salary slip and work out the percentage of Ruben's monthly salary that is paid towards UIF. All right, there, Sonia's smiling because she knows. All right, 1%, very good. Okay, let's have a look at that calculation. So to get this calculation, we need the UIF. To get a percentage, we need a fraction. Remember that. On top of this fraction, we need a value, and underneath it say what calculate the percentage of. So this word here, of, that is indicating what is going to be at the bottom of your fraction. So the basic salary is going to be at the bottom here. So 8705 and 25 cents. And at the top, we've got 87 0.05. All right, and to get a percentage, we know we need to times by 100. So everybody should be getting the same value here. So 87.05, and underneath we need 8705.25. All right, and need to multiply this by 100. All right, so here we get 0.999997. And if we had to round this up to 2 decimal places, you know it would round off to 1%. Okay. Alakema, you have a question. All right, just check there on your screen. You should have a little pop-up that says unmute. There we go. How are you? Oh, Alakema, the sound's not very good. Can you hear me? Oh, the sound quality is not very good. Yeah, the sound's not very good at all, I'm afraid. Try and put your question into chat if you can, because we can barely hear. Oh, try again. There we go. Try again.
Can you please just explain the whole thing?
Okay. All right, Alakema, I'm going to ask you to put that question again into chat. I think you asked me to explain something. I'm not sure if it was this question or the salary slip again, but just type it into chat there, specifically what you want me to explain to you, and then we'll try. Sorry, Phyllis. The top one was Phyllis. The top one was site, which is not really used in salary slips anymore, but there we go if you want them. So it's site, S-A-R-T, P-A-Y-E, and U-I-F. P-A-Y-E and U-I-F are the ones that we usually work with. Okay, so don't worry about site too much. You're not gonna see that on a salary slip. All right. Okay, so there we go. That's what the UIF percentage is, and it's always 1%. All right, so if you're earning 50,000 Rand, you need 1% of 50,000 Rand. If you're earning just 5,000 Rand, you need 1% of 5,000 Rand. No matter what your salary is, they take off 1% for UIF, and it goes towards your unemployment insurance fund. And then if you get injured for some reason or cannot work for whatever reason, you can claim back from that fund. So everyone is allowed to claim back from that fund. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Wonder what the total UIF amount paid to SARS every month and every year. All right, we've got the total amount for every month because this is a monthly salary slip. So I'm going to write here for the month. We've got 87 Rand. So let's do a quick calculation and work out how much will this cost us every year to pay UIF according to this salary slip. What will the calculation be if you want to work out for the whole year how much money you pay to UIF? Quick calculation and then pop your answers into chat. Shouldn't take you long. The total UIF amount paid to SARS every year. I've got the monthly value. It comes from the pay slip. I want you to work out the annual, the amount for the whole year. Oh, Tiamo, it's not that bad. All right, you've got the monthly amount there on the pay slip. I just want to know how much is this person going to pay for the whole year. Oh, there we go. Lucky, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear we are working in line with you guys. All right, good stuff. The answers are coming in thick and fast. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to do the annual calculation here on the side. All we need to do is take the monthly value and multiply it by 12. All right, let's quickly get the calculator out. So 87.05 and multiply that by 12. And we get 1044,6. So 1044,6. Okay, very good. Well done. Well done to everyone. Good job. All right, let's move on to the next question. This is too easy. Let's get on to the nitty-gritty. Where's the harder stuff now? Okay, here we go. Calculate the percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary that is paid towards PAYE every month. Now, I'm going to copy this. In fact, I'm just going to move it up, and I'm going to put it next to the table. So I'll insert it here. underneath the table so we can see it, and then we'll just be able to see the question and the table at the same time. All right, so there's the question. I'll call it question number 3, just for reference. All right, this is the question we're trying to do. We want to calculate what percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary is paid towards PAYE. Yes, Rafilo, that's very good. That's exactly what you need to do. Good job. All right, calculate the percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary that is paid towards PAYE every month. Yo, Sonia and Kamoke, again with the quick fingers. The speed is fantastic. There we go, Tiamo. The speed is good. I hope the quality is good as well. I'm sure it is. All right, we'll give you guys 1 or 2 minutes. All right, the answers are coming in. Guys, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. We'll try and answer you unmuted. Otherwise, you can post your questions in chat. Hugo will be looking for them and will shout out if there's a question at all. All right, we've got Virginia here with a value as well. Good job. Atlechile's got an answer in there. All right, very good. Okay, Phyllis Jordan there. All right, very good. Okay, and if you can't post your answer into chat fast enough, don't worry. As long as you've written it down, the most important thing is that you check your answer that you've got calculated, whether you've written it down or it's on your calculator, and check it and see what we do on the screen here. Okay, so if you don't get your answer into chat, don't worry. Just make sure that what we do here on the screen lines up with what you have in front of you. Okay. All right, so it looks like we're all getting the similar thing. Okay, so we need to work out a percentage again. So like we said before, we have a fraction. And it says here in the question, calculate the percentage of, there's that word again, Ruben's monthly basic salary. So I need to find the monthly basic salary, which is there, 8705 and 25 cents. That must come under our fraction. So 8705 and 25 cents. They want to know what percentage of this is paid to PAYE. So PAYE is the other value that I need in my fraction. So I need to put that there at the top. Okay, and we want a percentage, so we're going to multiply by 100. So 482, and I've written it down wrong there. Let me quickly correct that. Should be 10. 48210, and underneath we have 8705 and 25 cents. Times it by 100 to get a percentage. And there we go on the screen. Okay, so I hope you can all see that. We've got 5,5380. 5,5380. I'm actually going to write this out. So it's 5,538037. I'll just write those out. And this is a percentage, but in the Math Lit exam, in the instructions on the cover, you should see an instruction that says always round off to 2 decimal places unless told otherwise. So unless they tell you not to, you should always round off to 2 decimal places. All right. So this is going to be 5, comma. We're looking at the second decimal place, which is a 3. And we're going to say 5. The 3 was changed by this 8. So this 8 here will change the 3 to a 4. So 5,54%. All right. So most of you got that answer. It was just the rounding, or maybe it was left off, or just a little bit different. So that's 2 decimal places. That 3 should become a 4. Okay. Are there any questions? No questions? We all good? Oh, you guys usually, these guys are usually more talkative than this. I don't know why. Maybe they shy because you here. I don't know. You go. There we go. All right. Rory Sangle. Rory Sangle. Yes, you have.
Um,
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I need to start over. How did you get 5,5?
All right. I'll start over. I'll do it once more for you. So if you have a look at the question here, I hope you can see the question. It says calculate the percentage. All right, which is why we were doing a percentage calculation. Percentage of Ruben's monthly basic salary. So that part there, Ruben's monthly basic salary there, because it said of that, that must be underneath in your percentage fraction. Okay.
Oh,
So they say calculate the percentage of Ruben's basic monthly salary that is paid towards PAYE.
per month.
So the PAYE, yes, the PAYE every month is up here in the table. That is paid every month towards PAYE.
Now I
So
see, yeah.
okay, all right. So that must go on the top, and then you multiply by 100. There we go. Awesome. All right, good job. Thanks for the question. Are there any other questions? We're going to move on. I'm going to slide this all down and bring the next one up. Okay, I'm just going to bring the next question up. All right, there it is. Bring it up, bring it up. I can see people thinking, Teacher Nell, please keep it still. I want to answer this quickly. All right, there we go. Calculate Ruben's annual amount that will be paid to PAYE. Calculate Ruben's annual amount that will be paid towards PAYE. Nice and easy. That should be quick. Sure. Alona, fast fingers. Calculate Ruben's annual amount that will be paid to PAYE. So how much PAYE does Ruben pay in a year? Sure, guys got fast fingers tonight. All right, very good. Very good. All right, we've got a monthly PAYE value. All we want to do is find the annual PAYE value. So it looks like you guys have all got it. You are just working out the annual one. So we're going to take the monthly PAYE value and multiply it by 12. All right, nice and easy. All right, there we go. 5785 and 20 cents. 5785 and 20 cents. Very good. Good job. Nice and easy. Well done. Okay, so let's say that was question 4. All right. Now I'm going to add in another little question here. Good job. Well done. I'm going to add another question because I'm actually curious. Because I have a rough idea of what percentage PAYE is in terms of your basic salary for the normal tax tables, which you're going to see on Thursday. So I'm interested to find out in this salary slip here, we've got 2 taxes. We've got site tax, which is the old one, which is not used anymore. And we got PAYE tax that you pay as you earn. These 2 taxes here, I want to know what percentage they are of his basic salary. So I'll type that question out quickly. I'm actually interested to know. So this is what it's going to look like. Look at the percentage of Ruben's monthly monthly salary that is paid towards tax every month. So that tax there, that word tax includes both of them. All right, I'm talking about both of these now. Site and pay as you earn. What percentage of Ruben's basic monthly salary is paid towards tax every month? Okay, so let's call that question 5. I want to know how much this person is paying towards tax. What percentage of their basic monthly salary is going towards tax? Yes, all right, Hugo's highlighted something very important. Good job. Thanks, Hugo. We need to show 2 decimal places. Abigail, you're talking about question 4. Question 4, we don't need to multiply by 100. For question 5, we will, if it's a percentage calculation, but question 4 isn't a percentage calculation. It's just a calculating an amount. So for question 5, we will need to times by 100. Question 4, we don't need to because it's not working out a percentage, but question 5 will be. Okay. All right, so how much is Ruben, what percentage is Ruben paying towards tax every month? What percentage of his basic salary are we paying towards tax every month? I'm interested to know to see if this matches up with what I think pay as you earn and income tax tables are. Ah, Sonia, very good. All right, we've got 2 different answers there. The Sejo has got an answer. Be careful. The Sejo, look, your value looks good. Just be careful. We're not working rands now. We're working percentages. All right, now Lady with a percentage. Tandalwetu with a percentage. Don't forget your percentage sign. Come okay there as usual. Good job. All right, the answers are coming in. Ah, good point. There we go. Carrie Felix, so what we're trying to do is work out these 2 values here, the site value and the pay as you earn value. What they are taxes. They are both taxes. So the question is, what percentage of his basic salary, which is this value here on the left, will he pay towards tax? So these 2 numbers on the right are both taxes. So what percentage of his basic salary, 8705.25 cents, will he pay towards tax? All right, Lucky's got a value there. We're going to work out a percentage, so it's a basic percentage calculation. Oh, Lucky. All right, so Hugo will try and change your name to Sitogazile. If you guys wanted your name changed, just send Hugo a message, a private message, and he can do that for you. All right, Bianca's got a value. Olona's got a value. Good job. You guys are working well. Okay, good. Thanks, Tiamo. Amiche. Good job. Give you 1 more minute, and then we're going to try this one out. All right, Go is showing us how to round off there. Very good. Don't forget your percentage signs. You guys are working very well tonight. All right, I'll give you 30 seconds and then we'll try this one. There we go. There's the percentage sign. Good job. Ah, well done, Abigail. Good. So it's quite interesting how it's actually a very interesting way to learn in this online setup, because so what happens is you try the question yourself. So you write it down and you try it yourself and you get an answer, and then I'm sure you guys are looking up to see what everyone else is getting. All right, so I'm sure you can see the chat function. So you're looking up to see the answers in chat. And you look at yours and you look at the ones that you're getting and you think, oh, why is mine different? And then you recheck yours and you see if you made a mistake. No, I haven't made a mistake. I'm good. I'm happy. Or I see I've made a mistake to see why it's different. So that's actually a way to learn. So you're correcting yourself, which is very, very, very good. Okay. That's a very good way to learn. Right, so let's have a look how we do this one. So we want to work out what percentage of Ruben's monthly salary is paid towards tax. So what percentage of monthly basic salary which is the one highlighted in yellow here, 8705.25 cents. And I know what percentage of that. So I need that as my total at the bottom here. So what percentage of this value does he pay towards tax? And I mentioned to you guys that both of these values here are tax. All right. I'm not specifying PAYE or SAT individually. Tax, the word tax is a general word talking about both of these all together. So we need to add those up all together. So in the fraction, or you can do it on the side, you can do a calculation on the side here, or you can do it all in one sum, which is what I'm going to do. So at the top of my fraction, I want all my tax, which is going to be the 1395 and the 482. So I want to know, what are these two values, the tax values, as a percentage of Ruben's basic monthly salary? So like it was mentioned, I'm going to need it times by 100 here to get a percentage. All right, so let's see how we build this in the calculator. You can do this numerator work that I've written out here on its own, get an answer, and then put that into your fraction if you want, step by step. It's fine, you can do that. I'm just writing it all in one fraction here. Okay, so don't be surprised when you see two numbers in the numerator of the fraction. I'm doing everything in one go here. Okay, so we've got 482 and 10 cents, and then underneath we need his salary, his basic salary. And then I'm going to come and multiply this by 100. All right, there we go. So we get 21,56285. Let me write this out. 21,56285%. And I need to round this off to 2 decimal places. So I look at the 6 and I say, will this 2 next to the 6 change it? No, it won't. So the answer, and I should have my little squiggly equal sign there, is 21,56%. All right, any questions about this? Olivecheng, why are you getting 16? Giovante is 16. Olivecheng or Giovante, do you want to just check your calculation and see what's happening that's different? There we go. Okay, so that's how we learn. So this plus here in the middle is adding up both of the tax values to make them one amount. I haven't showed that amount. I've just added them up in the calculation there. All right. So just check your calculation. You've got to add up those two values and then put it into the fraction. Okay. Are there any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Or are we 100%? We good to go? There we go. Okay, well done. Thank you for saying that, so other people can see why they're also getting 16% instead of the 21. All right, we needed to add those two values together. So the trick here was when they said paid towards tax, in the question, that word tax needs to include both of the taxes. So the site here, site tax is a tax, and the PAYE is a tax as well. Those are both taxes that you have to pay. So we need both of those numbers in our, yes, we need both of those numbers in our fraction. All right, I hope we're all good. It's okay, Bianca, as long as you can correct your mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important way to learn is to check and see where you made a mistake. And if you can correct that, it's invaluable. You cannot put a price on how important it is to be able to correct yourself. Okay. It's not just about looking at your answer and looking at the one on screen and saying, oh, I got it wrong. You need to be inquiring, why did I get it wrong? All right. So questioning and checking and seeing why you got it wrong. What's different? What am I doing? And it's different to what is on the screen here. And then when you see the difference and you see why, it makes sense. And then next time you do it, you will remember that. Okay. So that's learning. All right. Very important that you check and see why you're making mistakes. If you are making mistakes, mistakes are good, but you need to learn from them. It's important to learn from your mistakes. All right, let's see what other questions are in the bag here. If there are no questions about question 5, I'm going to move on to a new question. question 6. Let me erase all the distracting colors and things. All right, let's go down and see what else do we have in the bag here. I'm sure there's one or two more. Okay. Finally, this person has been waiting for us. Waiting and waiting. So please tell him, how much money am I getting in my bank account? This person has been waiting. How much money am I going to be getting in my bank account? Now, if you know what to do here, then you also need to know that you have to be very careful because there's a lot of pieces to this calculation. The math is easy. There's a lot of pieces to this. So just do them carefully, step by step. All right. We need to work out what is the net pay, which is this thing at the bottom here. Can anyone tell me how we're going to work this out? How are we going to find out net pay? Who would like to unmute and speak to us and tell us, help everyone else out there, how are we going to determine the net pay? Well, anyone want to talk to us and help us out here? Anybody? Is there anybody out there? Oh, come okay with it, with the response there in chat. Very good. Okay, so I'll put it here in red. So just to help you guys out, to get your net pay, thank you, Kamal. They've spelled it wrong in this question. That should be double T, as far as I know. Equals, yes. So the first thing you need to do is work out your earnings, all of them together, and take away your deductions. That's why they're called deductions, because we need to deduct from our earning. So we need all our earnings, then we need all our deductions, and we need to subtract those two values from each other. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Be careful, work nice and carefully. Be very, very careful on how you do it. Don't rush. Do it step by step. Write the values down. Mohale. 5. Sonia, please. Oh my gosh, here we go. Yo, the speed is incredible. Oh my gosh. The speed is incredible. I hope the quality is good. Even Vivan's got fast fingers tonight. Sure. All right, I'm going to give you guys some time. Don't worry about answers that are popping up. You do your calculation. Make sure you do it carefully. And let's see what we get in the end. All right. Do it carefully. Get all the values you need. And let's see what you get at the end. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do this. All right. There's immediately typing in all the values. Try to do it yourself. Don't worry about what's popping up on screen. We're going to see what you get in the end. You do it yourself. And let's see, we'll check it in the end afterwards. Okay, answers are coming in thick and fast. I'm going to give you time. And while you guys are busy calculating, I'm checking that everyone's working. Looks like Nomkuleko's in the dark there. It must be load shedding there. This load shedding is a thing. Virginia Williams also looks like it's load shedding there. And final. Every Thursday I'm in the dark as well. We get used to it, eh? All right, good job, you guys. The answers are coming in. That's it. Nice and carefully. Don't rush it. I suggest writing your answers or any values that you're going to use in the final calculation, writing them down first. Yeah, it's horrible. I know it's horrible. So if you are online and the video is breaking and the audio is breaking because of network or internet issues where you are, don't forget that you can watch this on Watobe's YouTube channel, so that when you do have good internet, you can go back and check things that you've missed. All right, so it's not all lost. Whatever we cover now in this lesson will be on the YouTube channel, so you can go and check it on there. All right, so people's answers are coming in. Very good. Very good. You guys are working very well. Well done, Depur. Lady, good job. Annalena, well done. I see the units there. Very good. All right, 1 more minute, and then we're going to go over this one. I see there's still some people working, and then we're going to go over it. Well done, Tinako. I'm seeing net with a double T. I don't think it's a double T. It looks wrong. Hugo, net's only got 1 T, doesn't it? Sure, net only has 1 T.
I think net has 2. I think it's
it
supposed
has
to have
2.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got confused with this word that they've put up there. Then I looked at it and I thought, what? And I'm questioning myself now.
No, I think they made a mistake. I'm also used to it having 2.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 2.
Because
Yeah.
it's short for netto, which has 2 T's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, there should be another T there. I was right. I was doubting myself. Thanks, Hugo. All right. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm writing net here, and I'm writing all right, let's keep net for the end. Let's move it to the side. We'll keep it over there for the end. I first want to deal with earnings. And I want to deal with deductions. Okay, so for the earnings, this will be the sum of all these values over here. So we need 8705,25. I'm going to write this all out so you can see what you should be typing on your calculator. And then 741.35 plus 64500. And this will give us earnings total. And for deductions, we need to add on 1395 plus 482.10 plus 87.05. All right, so those are the 2 calculations I need to do to get my earnings and deductions totals. So let's quickly do this. And remember, like I've said before, every time you have a lot of numbers that you need to add up on a calculator, be careful of human error. It can creep in if you're typing a lot of numbers in. All right, so this is why it's good to do this step by step. So the total earnings is 10,091 and 60 cents. 10,091 Rand and 60 cents. And the total deductions, let's do that quickly, 1395 plus 482 and 10 cents plus 87 and 5 cents. That should be it. 1964 and 15. 1964 and 15. All right, so there we go. Got our total earnings and our total deductions. And then to work out net, whoops, we just need to subtract those two. So here's the net calculation. I'm going to bring my word net here into play. So net will equal the 10,091 Rand 60. Subtract the 1964 to get our final value. So 10,091 Rand 60 minus 1964 and 15 cents. All right, let's see what we get. 8127.45. Let's write that down. 8127.45. Okay. There we go. So 2 decimal places, as Hugo recommended there. This is our final answer here. 8,127 rands and 45 cents. Quite a few numbers to deal with. The biggest tip I can give you here is to please, please, please do it step by step. Get the earnings total, get the deductions total, and then put it into your formula. Net is equal to earnings minus deductions. Okay. Good question, Sonia. So I think the earnings calculation will be 2 marks. So 2 marks on the top. They might even only do 1 mark there. In fact, they probably would, especially since you're doing it twice, the summation. So 1 mark for your earnings total, 1 mark for your deductions total, 1 mark for showing that you need to subtract the 2, and then a final mark for your final answer. So probably a 4 mark, maybe a 5 mark question. So if this is like a 6 mark question with 6 marks, what they'll do is they'll scaffold it, they'll split it up, say, what is the total earnings value for Ruben? And then underneath they'll say a question like, hence, determine Ruben's net pay. So sometimes they'll split the question up, but we got everything in one here, so you got to be very, very careful. All right. A lot of you got that answer. Yes, it was fantastic. Okay, that's the last question for tonight. I just want to remind you of something here again. I want to go up to this top here. So I wanted you guys to see and work with the taxes on a salary slip and UIF as well. All right, now in Thursday's lesson, we are going to see this PAYE value. Where does it come from? How do we get it? We're actually going to calculate that value from a tax table. We're going to take the basic salary value and do something with it and take it to a tax table and actually work out the PAYE tax value. Just remember what I said, site, we don't use site anymore. It's just PAYE. So we actually are going to pretend we are SARS people and going to work out what a person must pay in tax based on their salary. All right, well, we're done. Don't worry. We're finishing off now. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions? Are we all good? Because Hugo is going to please put the poll up. Yes, there we go. There it is. And please answer the poll before you go. If you are leaving after the poll, thanks again for being here tonight. We should see you on Thursday. Please be there on Thursday. It's quite an important lesson, tax tables. All right, Otanduayo, you have a question? You should see a pop up on your screen. There we go. Yes, how are you? Or let's try again. You should see the pop up on your screen to unmute you. There we go. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I wanted to ask, aren't we going to learn about area and perimeter topics, or are we just going to learn about business finance only?
No, we're going to learn about area topic. That's the measurement section. So this is a finance section. This is the last week of the finance section. Next week, we are going to do data handling, and then we're going to move on to measurement. We're going to do 2 weeks of data handling, and then we're going to move on to measurement. Okay, so we will do it. We can't always match what every school is doing in their curriculum because every school start at different places and go to different speeds. So even if we try and match the CAPS documents and the ATPs, but we can't always match what the schools are doing. So if you find like I'm doing measurement in class, but yet we're doing data handling, yes, it sometimes is a little bit off, but we will be doing measurement this term before the June exam. So we will cover that before the June exam. All right, so don't worry too much. There is a lot of material on the YouTube channel already about measurement. We did cover measurement in term 1. So if you want to, if you're very worried about measurement, you can go look at the YouTube channel there. There is some information about measurement there. Oh, Sonia, please tell us what you got. All right, guys, if you get term results or test results, please can you let us know in the chat? Otherwise, make sure you have ice cream. It's ice cream time. In this class, when you've done our lesson, we try and find some ice cream. If you have ice cream, now's the time to go and get it.